7-1 run ended it. And Sigler serves to start set 2. Adriano, first ball for Babcock. And Mauritz tried to swipe. Back to her off the Dupes bump set. Hands up again. Alec and Adriano. Line shot is clear for Babcock. First point to Nebraska, and here's Anna.
Guys, Dan Fisher was telling his coaches in between set 1 and set 2, we cannot continue that offense. He turned to the team and said, we have to execute on out of system. Guys, it's going to be really interesting to see what adjustments Mosher makes, especially considering the last 5 points of set 1. She was trying to set up Babcock, and she just kept on getting shut down on that block.
It's a good point, because one of the biggest things for Pitt as well is they're sending too many sets out to Babcock, and right now their outsides haven't been effective, and they've been in system. Pitt did a great job of passing last set. They were 68% in system. For reference, 60% is amazing. So they're in system. They got to get other options going.
Oh, so the middle's at play, passing at that number, like Nebraska just did with Allen.
And one thing about Nebraska's offense that's made them difficult over the past 2 seasons has been the balance. Bergen Riley does such a nice job because she has good passes, getting all of her attackers involved from anywhere out on the court. It's one of the reasons why their offense is so tough to stop.
It's not major flash, but it is steady. And one of the best offensive teams in the country last year, Nebraska. So was Pitt. Ryla Jones jousting. And Mauritz. Here's Murray off a big high ball. Coverage from Riley. Over the top with a double block. And Pitt can't fish it off the net.
Really smart play from Harper Murray. Takes a big swing and doesn't get it, then takes a little bit off of it, putting it right on the setter for Pitt. Even if Moser does play that ball, at least Pitt's out of system, and then Nebraska, that plays into their defensive system.
So 10 of the last 12 points back to set 1 have gone to Nebraska. And Babcock heavy again.
And Moser's got to get Babcock on the net just a little bit more. Babcock's taking a lot of these swings behind her head, forcing that ball to sail out.
You weren't suggesting they go away from her, right? Just more diversity in the offense. There's no way you take her out completely.
Absolutely not. You got to keep going to Babcock, but when you do get a good pass, get those middles involved, because on Pitt's side, they hit 625 combined last set.
Mosher has Pitt out of system. And saved by Babcock, and Jones jacks it outside the antenna and out and around for Mauritz.
Pitt's just having problems with their out-of-system setting. No matter who's taking that second ball, no hitter has been in a good position to take a quality.
16 with the lead late in that first set. 7-1 run ended it for Nebraska to take set 1. Out to a 5-1 start for the Huskers in set 2. And back to Babcock, who thumps it off the double block. And block touch for Jackson keeps the point alive. And that's off of Jones, who got hands and head on it. And Babcock places it well this time.
It's a much better set from Brooke Moser, leading Babcock on this set to allow Babcock to use that momentum going in and her full body into this swing rather than getting it behind her head.
Before that, we hadn't seen a lot of runs like that. So you get a look at the Bolt 6 technology. Expedite the in-out calls of the ABCA first serve. I know you're a big fan.
There's nothing better than Bolt 6. We got 22 cameras in arena just looking at things like that. We've got automatic in and out calls. If we do have a challenge, which we haven't had yet, amazing cameras. It makes it go by so fast.
You've been calling for that since the first day we worked together.
Any time we can speed up the game, speed up challenges, I am here for.
Adriano with a tipping serve that Mauritz fished out. Oh, Jackson, lights that one up.
There is no better slide attack in the country than watching Andy Jackson on that play. She is so dynamic and athletic. The speed to chase this ball down and her arm speed when she gets on top of the ball, she's got to pop like no one else.
Sure dupes the libero. You're at 12 feet there.
She's happy she got a touch on it with her leg, not her face.
Ooh. Moser for Jones, and the big block for Nebraska shows up with Murray and Jackson.
Everyone on the front line for Nebraska is doing such a good job of being locked into the scout, knowing exactly what Pitt wants to run, in which situations, and they're getting those hands in a good spot and really finishing with that press.
Emily, a lot of players back for Nebraska, top 10 blocking team last year. And then you add the head coach, Danny Busboom-Kelly, who had the #1 blocking team in the country at Louisville. That's scary net defense. With a lot of players back, too.
And combine that with a really good backcourt defense as well. Yeah, you talk about losing a player like Lexi Rodriguez, a 4-time All-American, but man, Lainey Choboy would have been a starter on pretty much any other team in the country.
Pitt trying to climb out of what's been a 15-4 Nebraska run after that service error. Bridging the end of set 1 and the start of set 2.
Checking the lineup for Nebraska, number 10, Olivia Mount.
Here is Dagmar Maurits, their new freshman outside from the Netherlands. There is a new setter in Haiti Tatua'a, is in setting for Pitt for Brooke Mosier. And that's down for Murray. No chance for Tatua'a to run the offense.
Yeah, Pitt needs some kind of offensive adjustment. They have to get something going just a little bit better. And I think they just need to be a little more fine-tuned.
Murray serves Dupes. Still no chances for Tatua'a to get the offense rolling in system. And off target on that long set from Riley. Point for Pitt.
A good push from Morgan Riley all the way outside. Just a little bit off on that timing. Landfair going in a bit early.
That's what Danny Busboom-Kelly wants a little bit more of. Bergen Riley has that perfectionist mentality. He's encouraged mistakes in the preseason.
Yeah, Danny Busboom-Kelly, she wants her setters to be the most confident players on the floor. She's okay with a little risk and more mistakes.
Oh, beautiful roll. Pancake, no. That was floor first before the hand for Maurits.
The biggest area of Harper Murray's game that's been impressive has been those off speeds. Tips and roll shots have scored at such a high clip for Murray tonight.
A 10-4 Nebraska after they rallied on a set slideshow. Without her and Tori Stafford, both of their outsides, Nebraska has taken advantage up 7 in set 2.
It's been difficult for Pitt to come back in this set, really this match, because they haven't had any offense going in defensively. They haven't necessarily been as locked in as we've seen from past Pitt teams.
This is the largest lead of the match at 7 points. Tatua'a, the new setter for Pitt, and that's out. What do you think of the move? New setter for Pitt early in the second set.
Yeah, I like the decision to throw it in just to try to create something on their side, but we will see that sub again reversed. Double sub coming right back with Mosier. Babcock comes back up front. And you love that sportsmanship. Harper Murray coming under the net just to make sure the Maurits is okay on that swing. But man, Harper Murray, she's bringing a lot of heat. Where she finishes that back row attack, you would think that's coming from the front row. Check out this heat. Oh, come on.
You're right. Great job by Murray to go over, check on Maurits. 7th kill for Murray already. And Choboy, she does so often, laying the body on the line to set up her attack.
I mean, there's just nothing better than watching Lainey Choboy out on the court. I love seeing her out there because she flies around. Just when you think a ball is going to drop, she somehow manages to chase it down. She's one of the fastest liberos in the country.
Kelly blocked, Alex solo. Bayless cross court, not past Choboy though. Oh, it's slammed down, Becca Alec.
What I love about the way that Rebecca Alec is going with these tips is they're not easy balls. She's putting as much pace on them as some swings by the way she's throwing this down.
Kind of looked like her brother Josiah with the dunk, former Husker basketball player. Riley, body on the line, keeps it up. Oh, sharp into the cross court for Landfair.
Nebraska's transition game looks phenomenal, especially this early in the season. It is so difficult to have the defense working that well with the offense right away, but they are getting everything up in the back, and Riley's putting up beautiful sets for her attackers.
Remember, Pitt can't stop it. They took that one and only timeout early. Babcock. Adriano off speed. Kelly with the hand on it. Big block put up again. Alec and Landfair together.
The biggest way to stop Pitt is slowing down Olivia Babcock. Nebraska is doing a phenomenal job of that so far. Babcock right now is hitting negative.
A negative 0.43. That is not a number in the box you see a lot for Olivia Babcock, if ever. Try her again. And block has been solid for Nebraska, and this time she slices it past.
Much better swing for Babcock. She's trying to rip everything cross court. That time swings really high over the block, right down the line.
And going back to server, number 7, NC Neston.
Well, Pitt hitting negative as a team. Nebraska, this set alone, hitting over 400, taking this 10-point lead. And there's the block of Kelly.
Really good identification from Bree Kelly in the middle. Some crossing patterns happening on Nebraska's side. They have a slide attack and a 2-ball, meeting middle going behind the setter and right side coming in front of the setter. Really good identification.
Returning All-American middle. Pitt returns both of their top middles from last year. And Landfair has had an excellent start to the season. 6 kills already.
Good throwdown from Landfair. Dan Fisher wants a question with the ref of whether or not that's a throw. We saw another questionable one from Rebecca Alec early on, but that's a judgment call for the ref.
And Terea Sigler. Alec finds a crease.
Bergen Riley's been really impressive with her range tonight. We're seeing much more rangy sets than what we saw during last season, getting her middles involved from way further off the court. That's about 12 or 13 feet. Bergen Riley's still setting that 31 attack.
No more hands on it for Nebraska. Choboy hustles up. Adriano draws the touch.
Everything for Adriano right now is going down the line. Pitt needs to make some kind of defensive adjustment. Either bring the block out just a little bit more or funnel her somewhere else, because right now, that's where Adriano's having all her success.
In her Husker debut, 4 kills for Virginia Adriano out of Italy. And a pass over the top of the tape to Alec. Our 20-point timeout and set. A big moan from the Husker crowd. That danced off the tape and led to Babcock unloading.
There you go, Olivia Babcock. Those are the sets that Babcock needs. They need to be tighter on the net to allow that athleticism to go to work up front.
We're back to level for Babcock. They've been in the negatives with their hitting percentage most of the second set. 7 kills, 7 errors, 28 swings to start her night.
For context on this.
Babcock with 7 kills. The rest of Pitt has 5 combined. So where else will that offense come from? Replacing 2 outside hitters from last year's team. And right into the lap of Mosier for Adriano.
Pitt did a better job adjusting to Adriano's swing, forcing her to hit the cross-court shot. She does exactly that. Finds a kill over there, too.
Gotten a few smiles out of Danny Busboom-Kelly in her debut tonight. It was similar to her time at Louisville. She lets her assistants do a lot of the standing and talking. She retained Jalen Reyes from John Cook's staff. And Jones can't land it. It was funny, we were asking about that situation yesterday. Emily, you asked a great question. John Cook let Jalen Reyes run a lot of the team, the scout. Would that continue? And Danny Busboom-Kelly said,
yeah, you never know how coaches are going to come in and whether they're going to stand up and let them do it, or she's going to do it herself. And just as she did with Jan Meske, her former assistant at Louisville, letting Jalen Reyes kind of take the reins out on the court.
She said even if I told Jalen to sit,
he would never.
He probably wouldn't.
You could lock him to the chair. He'd find a way to stand up with the chair.
John Cook, TV analyst now Hall of Fame head coach, multi-time national champion here at Nebraska. He'll be in Sioux Falls for the final day of the AVCA First Serve. Moves to Sioux Falls on Big Ten Network on Monday. He'll make his analyst debut in the regular season. Harper Murray inside the line.
There's a Danny Busby-Kelly special. She runs a lot of crossing patterns up front you don't typically see out of offenses. So in this rotation, you have Harper Murray coming in, running a 2-ball, a high ball in the middle of the court, and the middle spread more toward the outside. It makes it super confusing for a defense to figure out where the heck the attackers are and where they're going.
Well, Campbell Flynn, the #1 setter in the country in this year's high school class, debuting for the Huskers tonight. She's at the service line. Out to Wa'a, flicks it back. Free chance for Flynn to set up and almost landed her first assist of her career. And it's Choboy on the bump set. Oh, nice pickup. Sophia Gregoire is in at the outside for Pitt. She's blocked, and set point coming for Nebraska.
Set point Nebraska. 4-4 tonight.
The lefty freshman Flynn standing back there on set point. And Pitt survives at least one set point for Nebraska.
That is for Pitt. Number 8, Blair Baylor. That deserves number 19, Akbar Hubbard.
So Pitt looking for something they can carry and feel good into the locker room. But intermission coming after this second set. And Dupes, the libero, takes the second ball. Choboy with the dig. Flynn for Sigler. And a point for Pitt on the back row attack. Foot across that line for Sigler.
I like that run, though, from Campbell Flynn, the freshman, setting her other freshman, Sigler, from the backcourt. It's a risky run, but that's exactly what Danny Busby-Kelly wants to see.
So 2 new Huskers close it out on a night where they break in their new head coach, Ali Check. The transfer from Baylor ends it off. The assist from Campbell Flynn. A highlight reel libero.
Yeah, and nothing gets me hyped like that. Come on.
And Nebraska beat writer Lincoln Arneal even dropped off a t-shirt for you. Live, laugh, liberos.
Live, laugh, libero.
So start of set 3. Pitt trying to go reverse sweep to open up the season. Nebraska thinking sweep outright, and Pitt takes the opening point with another new face, Marina Pizzell, playing on the outside to start the set.
And Dan Fisher's been really high on all of his outsides, and Pizzell's been one of them. He says she's so easy to coach, defensively and passing, really good, and good settling in offensively for this team.
Yeah, another 4-player battle right down to the end of that outside spot with 2 positions open. And Pizzell was the 3rd in that 4-player competition. Murray, the leading attacker in this match with 8 kills. And Alex squeezes it through the block just ahead of Dukes.
Rebecca Alec going back to that signature throw that she has up front, being sure to not hold the ball too long in her hand so the ref calls it, but then putting it in a great position on the other side.
There were a couple where Dan Fisher in that second set kind of had the squinted eye look like, are we sure that's legal? She's had a couple of those that have been clean. And Alec up to 7 kills. She's the 2nd leading attacker behind Harper Murray for Nebraska. Now Mosier for Kelly. Healthy enough to go tonight. You've noticed Kelly is at the finger wrap, dealing with the pinky injury that almost held her out of this match.
It was questionable whether Kelly was going to play, and that's a massive piece to Pitt's offense coming off of last season. She broke the ACC regular season hit percentage, so clearly a force back there.
Oh, good serve, Pizzell, right off the bench with the starting group in the second set.
Just a great all-around player. We talked about her offense and defense, but she's played a lot of high-level volleyball with the France national team. She's good in these big moments.
And she was on France's travel roster with VNL this summer. Volleyball Nations League. Choboy with the second ball. Murray plays free. Mosier with the back set. Adriano hangs in there on the sharp cross court for Babcock. High ball for Murray. Was there a touch? No. So in conference matches this year, they're doing away with the green card. We just saw 3 different signals to say, let's challenge that. That won't take effect until Big Ten play. But we saw the C for challenge. We saw Jalen Reyes do the box signal like in soccer for VAR. All that to say Nebraska will challenge it.
And seeing that live, it looked like there was a big touch off the block right there for Harper Murray. But
without question, it was always better cameras. Better
cameras. That's all you got to do. I know it's expensive, but hey, when you can invest in the sport, you get returns back. That's what makes these events so great. Like something like this, and also the national semifinals and championship. When you have these kind of cameras, it speeds up the game, keeps everyone in their seats at home. It's great.
First thing you said to me today was happy holidays. Volleyball is back. I think that was your holiday present.
Merry Christmas, kids.
So reverse that point over on the touch. Murray gets the kill. 3-2 the score. And a good cut from the freshman outside hitters carrying Pitt in this set so far. Mauritz following up Pazell's kill earlier.
The biggest question I had coming into this match for Pitt was how well were these outsides going to do? Whether it's Bayless coming in as a junior or the 2 international freshmen, they've never played at this high of a level, let alone against the #1 team in the country, against 15,000 screaming fans against you. Both Mauritz and Pazell look like they're settling in.
Pazell, who is in the backcourt here as Dupe serves, has been a good passer, good backcourt defender early on in her time at Pitt. Murray cross court and out. So Pitt matches their biggest lead. That 4-2 turned 5-2 now, officially their biggest lead of the day.
Right there, Emery Dupe's doing a good job knocking out the slide attack of Andy Jackson by throwing in a short serve, so it knocks her approach out.
See where Dupes goes this time. Yep, short again. And Choboy there and receive. Set from the libero. And there's Sigler throwing out of the back and into the tape for Jackson. Influenced by Mauritz up there with the block again.
Pitt's block is doing a better job of tracking who's getting this ball, and the timing on all the players going up has been a lot better, going up with each other.
Pitt bringing back both of their middles from last year. They were the 8th ranked blocking team in the country. A little under 3 blocks per set. Only 2 teams got there. That was Wisconsin and Louisville at 3%. Mosier out to the pin again, and it slides through with a little off speed from Mauritz.
It's a high IQ play from Mauritz outside. She knows she has a big block in front of her, so she has to get a little more crafty with it, hitting that off speed right to the middle of the court. And this serve right now from Dupes has been so effective, knocking Jackson out or making her route just a little bit tougher. After enough balls had gone there, they moved Jackson in front, so that serve does not disrupt that approach anymore.
Ended a 4-0 run. That adjustment from Danny Busboom Kelly. Now Harper Murray with the Huskers chasing 4. Mauritz into the block. Mouth covers. A little slicer that Mosier sends back over. Jackson into the block. Good hands put up. Bierlan. Good activity for Pitt. And it was Pazell that ran it down. Dump for Riley. Pitt's all over that. Coming out with some good defense. Pitt in this 3rd set. Mosier with a floor burn over the top of Jackson. Not the cleanest point, but a long rally ends with Landfair sending it out.
This is what defense gives you. It gives you opportunities to continue swinging. Keeps the pressure on the other side. What Pitt did was just outlast Nebraska and force them to try to make a play, resulting in a Nebraska error in Pitt point.
Pretty point.
Very pretty.
That's 7-3.
From a lot of very young players on Pitt's side.
Good work from Pazell. The 3rd middle, Bierlan pressing for more time in that front row. And she takes the 2nd ball. The middle showing off some setting hands. And Jackson right into that solo block. And Bierlan couldn't stop that. Jackson adjusts.
Love those sets from Bergen Riley to her middle attacker. In a transition play, it's really difficult to get the middle going because they have to work hard to get off the net. But 2 different times in that rally, Andy Jackson worked her butt off to get all the way back to the 3-meter line, so she had that full approach. You got to reward your middle on that play.
And her serve, received by Pizzell, turned back.
Taylor Landfair's blocking has been the most impressive jump in her game year to year. She is setting up these plays beautifully. Whether she's getting the touch or not, she's getting the middle involved and putting up a good ball.
And an error for Jackson. So Pitt trying to force a 4th set, up 9-5, early set 3. With Mauritz back to serve for the Panthers. Back row for Murray, into the donut, capped up, but out of the reach of the pin hitters as Harper Murray kills it.
Harper Murray is so deceptive on these swings. When she drives in, you think she's taking that hard attack right up until when she's contacting the ball. Then she drops that arm and throws in a great off speed.
Murray, the first in the match to 10 kills, hitting .364. And inside the block, Pizzell has her 2nd college kill to send this to a break. So a couple of new faces. I think that's fair to say nobody from Antarctica was here. Volleyball day.
I wouldn't
6
be
of
surprised,
the 7.
though.
Well, that's down for Becca Alec. And here's Anna Connolly.
Yeah, guys, during that last huddle, one thing that really stuck out to me was this Pitt bench. Now you can see in this set, they're energized. Their body language, maybe not at the moment, but their body language, every time somebody comes off and subs out, they are giving them high fives, they're screaming their face off, and especially in the huddle, they brought the energy. Now, Emily, I know I can speak on this. I know you can too. The energy from the bench can be infectious.
Oh, the benchmosphere is one of the most integral parts of the team, of course, Connor, as we all know. But that was one thing that Dan Fisher said that he wanted to see from his team coming out of that set was energy from everyone, not just on the court, but on the bench as well.
And this is when we need our production crew to roll in. Emily even backflipping at Northwestern. There's the benchmosphere.
Hey. And Nebraska's got a good one, too. They've got cheers for everyone. Anytime anyone serves, they know what they're doing over there.
Terea Sigler in her college debut tonight, serving for Nebraska. Back set for Kelly. Sigler up to get it. Alec Dupes kept it alive. Well done as that ball zigzagged through the backcourt. Now Alec can't put an end to it.
That energy is feeding into the way that Pitt is playing defense. They're getting ups that we didn't see for the first 2 sets. Emery Dupes.
Emmy Klicka here at Pitt. Alina Ogilvie at Stanford, who you'll see next tonight, was also graduated. Point for Nebraska on the service error.
So many young players come in, freshmen that we might not have seen from years past, but a lot of new faces across the board in all of NCAA volleyball.
And the second ball from Mauritz, and Babcock is just fine with that.
This is also an area of her game that Dan Fisher said Babcock has really improved on, and that's attacking from the left side. She got enough reps in the USA gym this summer to where she feels a lot more comfortable swinging from the left pin.
Remember what Anna had brought up to Coach Fisher? Got to be better out of system. Mauritz, they're outside the backcourt. Had the setup, out of system, that go. Point for Nebraska on the double contact against Pitt.
So double contacts are not called if they stay on your side of the net. That was something that the rules committee got rid of last season. But if it goes over the net and touches the other opponent, that's where you'll get called on the double. Fisher not happy about it.
I think he said that's terrible a couple times. And Mauritz puts it down.
Pitt's offense is just connecting a lot better. Brooke Mosier, the setter, is putting her attackers in much better positions, getting it on the net more to allow them that full momentum and full arm swing going into these attacks.
Service from Emery Dupes. Mauk takes it. And Jackson whistles one down the line.
One of the reasons Andy Jackson's slide attack is so difficult to stop is because you never know where she's hitting. She could give line, have cross court. She can hit anywhere out on the court with that great vision and good arm swing.
One of 3 Player of the Year watch list players from Nebraska. 30 players in the country made that list in the preseason. And Babcock was one of them. She thought touch. See if Pitt decides to take a look. Dan Fisher's asking Babcock. Like you said, no, play on. Right back to Babcock. Showboy flies in. Free ball for Pitt. Working downhill. And it is another kill for Maurits.
Misconnect on Nebraska's side allows Pitt a good opportunity with an easy play. Free ball given. Big swing on the outside for Maurits.
Big serve coming, Olivia Babcock. And back out for Landfair. And Babcock denied by Showboy. Maurits tip, Mauk runs through it. Well, off the net, good set, leads to Babcock tooling it.
Much better transition play on Pitt's side. Emery Dupes is doing a phenomenal job keeping these balls alive, putting Mosier in a good position to run an efficient offense. A little bit more tempo on that right side.
We saw Pitt, not that exact set, but pretty close to that set. Mosier was repping that pre-match. I'm kind of wondering, are we going to see that in the match? And we'd see it show up for the first time. She was running from the opposite pin all the way to the corner in her pre-match routine.
Yeah, we were seeing the setters for Pitt take a ball from all the way in the left back corner and push a ball to the right side with their hands. So clearly, Dan Fisher wants them to run that right side attack as often as possible.
When you have Olivia Babcock.
You got it.
It was off Landfair, it was out. And another point for Pitt.
Here's another look at that good run off of the slide attack.
Challenge on the play.
Super fan there.
Virlon sets this on the way by.
Really difficult to tell from that angle. The first one we saw too, it didn't look like there was a touch. From that angle, it looks like the ball might move direction coming off of her hand.
Right,
I see a change of direction, yeah.
You know, lower angle, opposite side of the net, didn't look like it, but
Yeah, based on that angle, it definitely looked like it clipped the hand and went straight down.
Well, and that was a player judgment call from opposite of the Nebraska bench, too. Danny Busboom Kelly asking her blockers if she should go ahead and challenge it.
All right, we're going to take a poll. Raise your hand if there was a block touch. Did anyone see a touch on that block?
We're taking account from the cabinet in-house here. Sasha, the MC.
If you don't think
I think everybody in red is going to say yes.
Oh, some of you are nervous. Look at that.
Bianca, the MC. Excuse me.
There it is. The last touch was the Huskers.
Okay, so Nebraska last touch. So never mind.
Check it in for Pittsburgh. We're going back to serve
Yeah,
for the third
never
period.
mind.
Valerie Byers.
They're looking at different angles, though, so I don't know.
All right, they've got some views we don't have. 16-13. And Landfair in front of Dupes, who sends it over. Alex slide. That's out.
This is why volleyball's fun, because the momentum can completely shift from set to set. Everything about this match said it was going to go Nebraska's way after set 2, and they won 25-11. But now Pitt looking good. That offense is finally clicking.
Last year, and only halfway through her Pitt career. Murray. Slam down again for Alec.
Nebraska trying to spread out their offense just a little bit more. That time Murray taking a swing from the right side of the court in the back row rather than through the middle, just to try to test the blockers a little bit more, and it pays off with an overpass.
Bergen Riley back to serve.
Bergen Riley with the service for Nebraska. It was Pizzell in serve receive, pass to attack for the kill for Pitt. Anna, what's going on?
You know, both in that challenge huddle for Pitt and the timeout huddle, Olivia Babcock completely took over. After the challenge huddle, she said, hey, we got to focus on this point here. Pitt ended up winning that point. And then even after this one, she has just completely taken that leadership role, saying, hey, no matter what, just 1 point at a time.
Anna, that wasn't always the case her first couple years. She had good leadership around her with Fairbanks and Klicka. Vasquez Gomez, they're outside, a leader for them last year. This is Babcock's team now. And the block for Alec.
Blocked by Landfigger and Alec.
Nebraska's block looking really good right out of the gates, and this is an area of your game that sometimes takes time to develop throughout the season as you get more and more comfortable. Usually the preseason is about getting those offensive connections down, but Nebraska doesn't have to worry about that because they return so many offensive pieces, so that defense has been a focus for them.
Danny Busboom-Kelly talking about the transition with John Cook. Said her job is basically change as little as possible.
Yeah.
And Pitt has the offense humming a little bit better in this third set.
And the biggest reason is because Pitt's spreading things out. They haven't just relied on Olivia Babcock the entire set. Mosier's making sure to get every player involved so that you can't just key in on Babcock.
Remember, this match is a week earlier than your typical first match. So the setter that came in over the summer, even a shorter window for Pitt to figure out their offense. Oh, big block again. Kelly and Babcock combined.
That's a wall in front of you between Olivia Babcock and Bree Kelly. That is a play that Nebraska wants to avoid in this rotation.
Kelly healthy enough.
Dan Fisher says until we win a championship, we are the underdogs headed into every season, despite having won the most matches in the last 5.
And everybody in the ACC is like, what do you mean you're always the underdog?
Let someone else have a chance.
Pitt and Louisville out of the ACC, both top 5 teams in the preseason. Nebraska and Penn State out of the Big Ten, 1-2 in the poll. Both teams for the Big Ten here this weekend. See Penn State tomorrow start their title defense against Creighton. Babcock pumps it off the block. Pitt's closing in on a 4th set in this match.
One of the best reasons that their attackers are having success on Pitt's side is because they're swinging higher. They're not going right down into the box. They're trying to use it to their advantage, going right off the hands and out of bounds.
He brought up the balance around Babcock. 3 kills for Pizzell and Mauritz in this set to give her some support. And Babcock puts another one away.
Babcock is crushing Nebraska from anywhere on the court. We've seen her take big swings on the left side, this time going back to the right, going back to that bread and butter shot right to the back corner.
Definitely in, confirm it. 13 kills for Babcock. Adriano has that sent back. Mauritz out on the block. Kelly block touch. Push out to the pin. And Sigler had the dig, but a net violation. Who got it? I think it was Riley, wasn't it? Setter. She had backpedaled her way into the net, so a point for Pitt. So largest lead of this match for Pitt at 7 points. 1 point away from a set point. Oh, Jackson goes sharp out of the middle.
Impressive angle from Andy Jackson. This ball pushed over all the way by the left side on this gap set. Hits inside the 10-foot line on the other side. Talk about angles, just slicing that hand in.
And for her, just kind of casual.
Yeah, another day of work.
The player touching in the high 10-foot range, up near 11 feet. Andy Jackson, and her and Kelly come together and play pinball at the net. Whoa.
Those are the players you just got to shake off if you're Nebraska. Brie Kelly putting her head in the right spot at the right time. Talk about a high IQ play right off the dome. There you go.
Doink. A tool shot doink for Brie Kelly to bring up set point. Her first set point of the night. And Nebraska takes the first one.
Nebraska. Checking back in the Huskers, number 12, Taylor Lamphere. Harper Murray, next to serve.
So Pitt looking to push it to 4. Set point number 2 with Harper Murray serving for the Huskers. And a service ace.
Beautiful placement from Harper Murray, going right between the outside passers, targeting them beautifully, putting in pace and driving it deep.
First ace of the night for Nebraska. Comes late in set 3. Mosier at 10 feet. Babcock turned away. Andy Jackson saying, come on.
Timeout, Pittsburgh.
Good setup from Taylor Lamphere. Gets those hands in a good spot, then gets Jackson involved, who's almost late, but perfect hand position, gets that play done.
Oh, so great to have this sport back.
Listening into that Nebraska huddle, guys, first off, I loved it. DBK asking her team what they thought of the third set. Now, a couple coaches talking about block. Expect that inside shot from Pitt's pin hitters to be taken away. Nebraska putting full confidence in their left back and right back defense. Now, as far as the coaching staff, one thing I thought, Emily, that Nebraska did so well, I saw it a little bit there, was being crafty with their shots, with their hitting, with their attacking through the first 2 sets. We didn't see a lot of that craftiness in the third set. Nebraska coaches saying, hey, even if you are a one-on-one block, don't try to bounce the ball. Still be smart, please.
Especially with how good Pitt's defense has gotten better throughout this match, it's going to be important for Nebraska to not just always go to that hard-hitting shot, but go to some of those crafty off-speeds.
I like that last part from Anna, too. Please.
Please.
Be smart, please. Like a parent sending away their kids to school.
Come on, guys.
Just be
smart.
Don't make me come pick you up, please. That's blocked. Adriano into the double, and the pins have really tightened things up for Pitt the last set and set plus.
I really like the way the outsides, both Marina Pizzell and Dockmar Mauritz, are defending that attack on the right side for Nebraska. They're doing a much better job of getting their hands in space to shut it down. And you can tell the confidence for those freshmen just building throughout this match.
And Nebraska dominated the block the first 2 sets. And still +5 in the block department. Pitt closing in. Good backcourt action there, but Dukes can't keep it alive with Mosier at the net. The kill for Jackson.
Really good touch up front from Dahlia Virlan, just a sophomore middle for Pitt. They get a good touch from Dukes in the backcourt, but not enough to chase it down. Nebraska just keeping pressure from their middle.
This has been a national semifinal match the last couple of years, 2021, 2023. Pitt against Nebraska, opening the season tonight. And we are tied at 3 in set 4 on the attack here.
Pitt's attackers trying to continue to go with those hard swings. We saw some tips that didn't fall during sets 1 and set 2, but set 3, they were going all out for it.
Babcock steers that out.
There's that example of the block staying inside, funneling everything down the line. Nebraska wants Laney Chobo to try to dig Babcock in this rotation.
That's what Anna was getting at with the huddle, right, for Nebraska?
Exactly. Keep that block in, force the attackers on the pins to hit line.
Back to Babcock, and she'll take the cross court.
That's exactly what Babcock wants. When you get this fast tempo set, it allows a seam in the block that's really difficult to close as a middle because it's so fast. Even when you think it's going out to Babcock, it's one thing to be in the right place, but then it's another thing to get those hands there.
the last shot
from Virlan. This is one of those crossing patterns that Nebraska is throwing in, bringing in Harper Murray on a 2-ball, a high ball in the middle of the court rather than outside. The block's all over it.
A little sass from Virlan, too.
You know I love a sass.
Love a little sass.
Give me Petty.
Babcock off the tape, and point for Pitt down in front of Sigler.
And Babcock's looking a lot more comfortable swinging on the right side. It looks like Mosier's definitely settled into this match. She was very shaky to start set 1 and set 2, but now getting her hitters in much better positions.
Back and forth first set. Nebraska all the way in set 2. Pitt most of the way in set 3. And close again in set 4 on the Babcock error.
Checking in for Nebraska, number 12, Taylor Landfair.
Tone setter up there in the front row early in this match. Taylor Landfair back in. A couple of big blocks. Also had 4 early kills, up to 6 overall in the night. Joust won by Mosier, the setter for Pitt.
Mosier's a physical setter up there. She's 6 foot and she's got such strong shoulders that if she's going up on one of these joust plays, meaning it's tight to the net, she's going to win those 9 times out of 10.
Well, Nebraska knows she can score on 2 and also taking a full swing on 2 occasionally. She was a hitter 3 years ago at Illinois. Played some right side. And Jackson blisters another ball for a kill.
Jackson putting everything she's got into that swing. The slide attack hasn't been as effective over the last set or so for Nebraska, but Riley's going to continue to keep pushing it, even when you think that that slide is out of play.
That was part of the advantage for Bergen Riley in the setter competition. Pushed a little bit by Campbell Flynn, freshman setter in the preseason. Riley's ability to connect with Alec and Jackson the middles. Off the hands and more production from Pizzell. He's been a revelation the past 2 sets.
It's been huge for Pitt to have another outside to at least be productive. Bayless wasn't as productive as Pitt would have wanted to see. So now they have Marina Pizzell and just a freshman.
On top of Bayless, who started, but it's the 2 international freshmen. The last set plus. On to Bergen Riley with the kill.
Smart play from Bergen Riley. She's not an overly offensive setter, but this is what makes those setter dumps so effective, is you never know when they're coming. She disguises them well and throws them in just often enough to keep the defense guessing.
First time we had seen Riley on the attack tonight. 36 assists, 8 digs for Riley. On her way to a double-double. And a service ace, finding multiple ways to score.
What a tricky serve. Bergen Riley going from zone 1 and right back all the way cross court to right back on the other side. Makes it difficult for Emery Dukes to decide if this ball's going in or out. Which is always cool, calm, and collected.
She gave a little finger guns.
Great.
Pizzell line. Let's kill, ace, now a dig for Riley. And it leads to a Landfair kill. Bergen Riley feeling nice right now.
Doing work, throwing that serve and making it really difficult for Pitt to run anything. I love the way that Taylor Landfair is playing right now. Defensively, offensively, she has been so consistent for Nebraska throughout this match.
Mosier back row, Babcock off the hands of Alec.
Good touch off the block for Alec, getting her hands in a good position, but those are the plays where if you're not going to go up and block as a front court player, you have to go off and play defense as an off blocker.
Well, match high 17 kills for Olivia Babcock. That's her hitting number back in the green at 122. And Mosier into the net. Nebraska will take the lead into the timeout. Remember, usually timeouts at 15 at the AVCA first serve at 10 and 20. So we step out. Set 4. She put her hands over her mouth.
Adriano can't believe it looking at her hands like, are you kidding me? Straight down, shut down from Babcock. Good hands, freshman.
Look at Alec. She said, ooh. Big stick for that Nebraska block. And Choboy keeps it from the floor. Touch or no? Nope. Nebraska was lobbying for it.
Smart play for Harper Murray to try to go for high hands on that shot, but Pitt's block just so disciplined up front, going low and over, not allowing Murray to use them. This is a rotation where you have Bree Kelly next to Olivia Babcock blocking against Nebraska's left. Look for them to force it right side.
Well, no chance to run it with Pizzell on the service error.
Point, Nebraska. Next to serve, Lady, go boys.
Well, the two matchups in the semifinals in 21 and 23. Nebraska won in 4 sets in 2021 on their way to playing in 5 sets against Wisconsin for the national title. And Nebraska swept Pitt 2 years ago in the semis. For Texas won it all. More production. Here come the freshmen for Pitt. Looks like they found out who they like.
That was a perfect example of Mosier knowing that Nebraska's keying in on Olivia Babcock up front. So if Mosier's pushed toward Babcock, she can send the long string ball outside for a one-on-one.
Pitt trying to force 5. Down 1 with Dupe serving. Nandy Jackson tees off. But out.
I think Jackson needs that ball just a little more toward the net based on the way that she's approaching into this ball. Look for Bergen-Riley to make that adjustment.
And Jackson has been Nebraska's top attacker tonight. Just her second error, putting up around 400. Good pass from Sigler. Murray down the line, denied by Mosier. With the setter out of the offense, free chance for Nebraska. Bierlon working hard on the block. Over the top of her, Mauritz takes the rip. This is Babcock, too strong.
Another out of system ball, just a little bit too off the net for Babcock on the right side. She needs to be led more toward the net. If anything, you kind of want to err on the net for Babcock. You'd rather have that tight. She's used to that, especially playing in the USA gym all summer.
The youngest player on Team USA this summer, one of 2 active college players on Team USA in the Volleyball Nations League. And the overpass leads to Murray putting it down.
Nebraska's picked up the service pressure here in this fourth set. They are putting in bullets on Pitt's back line. Pitt needs to do a better job of talking about those seams early.
Anna?
You mentioned seams now. In the huddle a couple points ago, Jalen Reyes taken over, and again, harping on the fact that Nebraska needs to close that inside block against Olivia Babcock. You saw them do it a couple points ago, and maybe they didn't get the block on it, but they're forcing Olivia to have to get crafty, have to try to hit around the block, forcing forced errors, if you will, Emily.
Yeah, one of the biggest things that they're trying to do right here is force her to hit down the line because they want to funnel everything to Lainey Choboy, the libero for Nebraska in left back.
Very timely, both of you. She went right inside the block for her 18th kill of the night, right in front of her from Harper Murray, who's joined her in double figures with her 12th kill.
It's a beautiful shot from Harper Murray here. It's a really quick tempo ball, dropping a little bit faster than she anticipated, goes right off the block and down. There's just an example of Babcock being unstoppable. When she goes up and makes a play like this and has this big of a seam, she's gonna rip it.
Caught up with Harper Murray at Media Day, Big Ten Media Day a few weeks ago, and she said this was the match she was most looking forward to because she is such good friends with Babcock there on the left. And Babcock has put up 19 kills after a slow start. Joust, Bierlon sent it back to Riley. Out of system roll from Jackson. Out to the pin. Another rip for Pizzell, another block. Kept up, and Babcock can't steer it over.
Nebraska with their 13th stuff of the night. That block has been so difficult to get through the middles, are working so hard to get pin to pin and get those hands in good spaces and finish with the press.
So that's trending toward, I needed to pause to do a little math. It's trending toward 3 blocks a set. It's like Danny Busboom Kelly's team that led the country in blocks last year at Louisville. That is in, just in front of the white. And Olivia Babcock up to 20 in this match.
hasn't been the most efficient night for Olivia Babcock, but it doesn't necessarily matter. As long as she can score points, that's exactly what Pitt needs. Already up to 20, not even through 4 sets.
Bolt 6 confirms it. Plenty of space between the line. Already a 53 swing night. And that's out. So Nebraska by 2. Getting late in this 4th set as Nebraska tries to close. They'll win it in 4. How about these shots tonight from our director, Pat O'Connor?
And this atmosphere is second to none. This is the epicenter of volleyball in the entire world, and you can see why.
That's blocked by Adriano. Another highlight in her defensive night.
Adriano's 3rd block of the night. The wrap that she has on her hands is so good. Not only is she in the right space, but she finishes her hands down. Watch this finish right in front. Just straight down to the court.
Another one that impressed Alec, who is teaming up with her on the block. Jalen Reyes, assistant coach. To the country starts next weekend. Riley into the net to make it a 2-point set. Anna?
Emily, piggybacking off of what you said about getting was yelling, hey, be aggressive. Don't be afraid to take those swings right now, which is kind of the thing when you're an underclassman, right?
You don't know what you don't know, and sometimes you just want to see a freshman ball out and swing hard.
Landfair does that for Nebraska to make it 3 again.
Big side out for Nebraska there, now pushing toward that 20-point mark. Pitt now down 3. This is where they have to make their push if they want to catch up.
Nebraska 6 points away from the finish. And Pitt has led a couple of times in this 4th set. Nebraska looking for separation up 3. And there's Babcock. Touch to transition. Here's Murray. And Choboy with hands on it. And over the top, Harper Murray. Well, this well-schooled Husker crowd has been waiting all off-season for tonight. For Murray through her redemption arc from last off-season to an All-American season. Brings it to 3 with a Bree Kelly kill. There's John Cook.
Earlier in the match, Harper Murray turning to Cook, and they had a little cute interaction of waves and smiles. Love seeing him courtside.
Riley reached back to get it. Couldn't quite steer it back. And Pitt takes 2 in a row out of the timeout.
All of a sudden, Pitt is on a little run of their own, starting with good service pressure on the back line. Marina Pizzell putting in really nice balls.
And Pizzell serves it right between Sigler and Choboy. And Murray puts it away.
Perfect example of bettering the ball. Not a very good pass. Setter stepped in, made a good set to the outside, and wasn't perfect, but Murray was able to adjust and have a strong swing on it.
Back set for Adriano. And Pizzell with the dig. Babcock, number 21.
Killed by Olivia Babcock.
Nebraska's trying to force Babcock to hit line. That's exactly what she did, and she did it with force going right at Choboy in the backcourt.
Almost 60 swings for Babcock. 21 kills, 57 swings. And that's in. Oh, just barely grazing the line. Terrific serve for Dupes on the ace.
Really nice serve from Dupes. Everything about that said it was going in, and right at the last second, Murray thinks it's out, but drops right back in. This is what makes a really good float serve. There's almost no spin.
Set since 8-7. They have it back to 1. Dupes once again at the service line. And this one out.
Good timeout taken from Nebraska just to stall that server a little bit more. This is where the pass is going to be really important, especially when you have in serve receive.
Look for Danny Busboom. Kelly has barely changed tonight. And an ace paid right back to the Huskers. Olivia Mauk has Nebraska 2 away.
Beautiful serve going at the libero this time, but puts it right in the seam over her right shoulder, forcing Dukes to try to bring it back into the court, and she couldn't do it.
Mauk again. This one long.
Serves long, point, Panthers. Olivia Babcock-Atkinson.
Nebraska by 3 in the first set. Nebraska by 14 in the second set. Pitt took set 3 by 5. Olivia Babcock serving. And landing an ace.
Ace for Babcock.
This is exactly who Pitt wants on the back line in these kind of moments. The player that they rely on, their leader, with the nasty serve from the end line.
No way to ice her either. No timeouts either side. Babcock off of the ace. Plants another to tie it at 23.
Back-to-back for Babcock, putting so much snap on this ball, moving it around on the backcourt. You never know where she's going. Nebraska bringing 4 passers back for the adjustment.
Mauk, Choboy, Sigler, and Murray all in passing for Nebraska. And it's Murray. Tool shot kill to bring up set point.